Welcome to this week's episode of Car Stars and Roll Bars. I'm Mike Kenny, your host. Do me a big favor. Make sure to reach out on social media, like, subscribe, and share, and tell all your friends what we're doing, sharing the story of this amazing culture as I talk about hot rodding and racing and motorsports. The list goes on. And naturally, we talk about museums and collectors, but I got news for you. When you look at that, say, man, I got to find me some good products to take care of my ride, to keep the shine on. Well, today we are thrilled to have with us, and this is one busy guy. He's actually got a brand new baby, I think, as a matter of fact. We have Nick Griot, Griot's Garage. They have an amazing line of products. I'm a huge fan. I even bought their garden hoses. To give you an idea about Nick, he is the CEO. He is, looking at my notes, he originally started out pushing brooms in the warehouse. So yeah, he's kind of the real deal. Got his CDL so he can actually drive some of the trucks to go to different shows. He is back in the family after having his own detail business for quite a few years. One very innovative, passionate guy, and we're great to have him with us. Before we bring him on, I got to be candid because I know, okay, it's a car polish. I like my car polishes, but most of it, candidly, well, how do you make it fun? Well, I think the guys at Griot's Garage have got that figured out. Check out this video.
As a business, we take our reputation very seriously, and we needed help protecting it. I've seen my fair share of reviews, but the internet has put the integrity of the car care industry at risk, and I simply ran out of patience. Also, I'm not sure what a troll is, but my son tells me they exist. And supposedly, you're not supposed to feed them. Either way, I told my team to figure out a solution.
The detail detectives came highly recommended by a friend of mine who shall remain anonymous. I wasn't sure what to make of them when they first showed up. This 70s theme, I wasn't sure if it was a shtick or a lifestyle, and this insistence on these horrendous American cars. I was a little concerned whether or not they could do the job, but I'm more than willing to admit when I'm wrong.
It's my job to worry about our employees, and I'm glad we hired a third party to address these problems. But I think their methods are borderline illegal.
I don't disagree that misinformation is a problem everywhere, but nobody knows what to really do with it. Ever since we've hired these detail detectives, the instances of misinformation have dropped by nearly 65%.
My responsibility is taking care of the bottom line. I really don't care how it gets done. Even so, I've heard a few rumors around the office about their tactics, and all I can say is, I'm glad they're on our side.
Dude, Nick, welcome aboard, man. When I first saw that video, I said, get out. This is my kind of company. Well done. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. And that's a pretty good tone setter for sure.
Because
I had a lot of, participation in that video, and it still makes me giggle. So,
oh, absolutely.
Right.
I got a little bit of frog in my throat. I was in NHR yesterday. I'm out there all weekend, so I got my gravel voice going on a little bit. We'll apologize to our viewers in advance. Yeah, this is Nick Griot, Griot's Garage. You guys been around a long time, and for the viewers, you will see different celebrities that say, oh, I use this product, I really like it. A lot of times it's given to them. Sometimes they don't tell the viewer it's given to them. I've been buying your stuff for a while, Haas, and I got to be candid. You've yet to disappoint.
Thank you. Really, really appreciate that. I mean, my dad's, goal from day one is to have customers for life, and he's making stuff for himself. And for me, I'm making stuff for myself with the time that I get to spend around my car. And you never want to be disappointed by something. You never want to go out and have the $5 ratchet that you bought break when you need it to switch a battery out or whatever is right in front of you. So that's the worst thing we could do is disappoint somebody, but we'll stand behind everything we sell as well. and we're a family business, so you know where to find
family
us.
business, yes. So you bring that family mantra to it. I think we've got a video here that kind of introduces the viewers to your amazing facility. Check this out, y'all.
Here at Griot's Garage, we like having fun. So when constructing our flagship retail store and our headquarters, no detail was overlooked. We created a fun work environment and a fun place to visit. The same attention to detail paid to our product line was also paid to each aspect of this facility. Everything from the retail store layout, the office and meeting spaces, to the exterior was carefully designed. The building's original structure was built by Coca-Cola in the 50s as a bottling and distribution warehouse. The high ceilings and open floor plan gave us the perfect canvas to work with. The focal point of our facility is the flagship retail store. Here, every product we sell sits on custom shelving and displays ready to help someone have fun in their garage. Connected to the retail store is the Car Care School. This is where we host tech sessions and demos and where retail store customers can try out any of our car care products. The auto display holds up to a dozen cars at a time and is changed out monthly to match the theme of our caffeine and gasoline events. Local customers supply all of the cars in the display area. When you offer a 100% guarantee on every product you sell, you have to be equipped to handle customer service questions. That's why we have our business hours call center in-house to make sure we take care of our customers correctly and as soon as possible.
I love it. And that works. I've called you guys, and I think you must have some guys that have a little bit of ESP. So I'm not sure if the phone rings before they pick it up. They'll say, Mike, how can I help you? Because now I'm a returning customer, right?
I think we have genuinely happy people that really are passionate. And not everybody in the business loves cars, but we tend to attract people that do and have other skills as well. But you got to have balance in business. So it's fine if our accountants don't love cars, but they are also probably the people that, are asking us why we're spending so many dollars on parts and, flying a photographer to take a, picture of this car because it's special or whatever. But
I fully understand. I remember when I was building one of my hot rods, and Mary, the love of my life, we've been together over 34 years now. I'm just pleased she's still with me. When she saw an invoice for my ARP head bolts, she kind of gave me that cocked eyebrow. But I said, baby, they're really good bolts.
Yeah, you got to get good stuff. Otherwise, you're buying it twice.
And we got a few. Now, before we go too far, we got a lot more videos this week, so hang on, viewers. There's fun stuff coming. We got a few pictures of some cars, because naturally, we're car stars and roll bars. So we got a few pics I think we can be talking our way through here. We can pull those up. So there's the outside of your amazing property right there close by where we're just talking about. I think we also have a picture of this Porsche up close. So give me the story of why we buried a Porsche in the front of the building.
Man, you're going to need a lot more time to unpack what drives my dad to do certain things. But, he had the opportunity to really make this place special. And that is actually a fiberglass bodied Speedster replica that is made in Canada. And it actually was held up in customs for really long time because they thought we were parting a car out to send it through. And Dad had to say, no, this is a lawn ornament. Please ship it to us. We're trying to open our business here. So.
What a great description. Now, I've seen a lot of lawn ornaments in my time, Hoss. I've never seen one like that. That is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's pretty well waxed and the lights work, but it's outdoors all the time, and even in Washington, we're gonna repaint it pretty soon here. But yeah, little kids crawl all over it. It's pretty cool. There's a half of a Ford truck in another planter, so it's just mecca. Beautiful. Everywhere you look, you're seeing something crazy.
Excellent. Well, I think we've got another video. We kind of have like part 2 of the facility there. Are you around Tacoma?
Yeah, so our headquarters is here in Tacoma, and then I think we did talk about our manufacturing and
Yep.
distribution is now in Indianapolis.
Yes, sir. We're going to have that video here a bit later on, but I think we got a part 2 of the video there in Tacoma to let all the viewers know how spatial this building is. Rick, let's see if we can pull that up. Oh, there's more of the pictures from inside.
Yeah, that's our auto display. That was
Yeah.
Porsche month. So
Oh, that's
all
amazing.
crazy race cars.
Yeah.
Can fit about 12 different cars there, depending on the theme. And this month
Beautiful.
was supercars. July will be all American.
Sweet.
So it rotates out, and all of those are customer cars primarily. A couple of my dad's cars and my cars might sneak in there too, but
So you might sneak in a couple. Yeah,
yeah.
we would understand that.
But really, it's for our local community, for somebody to get to park their car there. Not only do they have, a place to store it for a month, but then they bring their friends there and show them that, it's a big point of pride for our local community. For
Well,
sure.
absolutely. Yeah, if you're a local hot rodder and your car gets picked, quote unquote, to go in your showroom, yeah, that's to me an uber big deal. Well, now what's this all about?
Well, my dad started this business because he was unable to go pro as a race car driver. He was a race instructor in the early 80s, and
Right.
his father encouraged him to start a business that had something to do with cars. And as the business has grown and we've enjoyed some success, Richard has rekindled his love for vintage racing. And this is him in his 1967 McLaren Can-Am car.
Nice.
And right now he's actually in Long Beach at doing the vintage event in a 1974 Formula One car. So
Wow.
he's enjoying
Very
retirement
Yeah,
and
such
doing
as
the
it
thing
is.
he's always loved. Yeah.
And Rick, I think we've got a video also that kind of shows the back half of this amazing headquarters in Tacoma, Washington as well, and give them a little insight on some of the work they got doing behind the doors, so to speak.
Back is the R&D garage. This huge garage serves many purposes. It's where most of our videos and handbook covers are shot. Its primary use, though, is product development and testing. Every product we make is tested and verified here. Of course, this being our headquarters, we need plenty of office space. Each office, workspace, and meeting room is color coordinated with our red, black, and white color scheme and features poster-sized copies of some of our best handbook covers. The 50s diner-inspired Indie Cafe, named to honor our distribution and bottling facility, serves as the break room for the Griot's Garage Associates. Happy people make fun car care products. This building is also home to my whacked out workshop, where we do restoration projects and maintain some of our greatest creations. This area is not open to the public, but many of our cars in the collection can be seen in the auto display area. Details like extra wide parking spaces, a racetrack inspired entrance, and a concours lawn were added specifically to make Griot's Garage the place for car shows, club gatherings, and other events. We are all major car people here, so I wanted this parking lot always filled with cool cars. It's not every day you get to design and build a car lover's paradise from scratch. That's why we put forth the effort to make sure this building is the car lover's destination. So come and join us and have fun in our garage.
Wow. Yeah, so you could just be in the back of the shop hanging out. And I want to compliment you guys. We're now in our third season. We've had a lot of different museums, et cetera, on the show. We enjoy having them with us. It's kind of cool when you guys really do this design to include an area that you can have a great car show, man. Oh, my goodness.
I think that is what we would love to be doing everywhere in the country, because if you know about trying to have an impromptu car show in a mall parking lot,
It's
you
tough.
get kicked out, right?
Yes. Yep.
So for us to be able to have it on property and be able to park, 275 cars and, you can't stay, but you don't have to leave kind of thing, right? We don't want you camping out.
Right.
There's plenty of those people around Tacoma.
At
But
some
for
point,
car people,
yeah, well, it's an old phrase. At some point in the evening, we don't know where you're going to go, but you can't stay here. That's right. You know? And you got
essentially that.
and yeah, and as you know, I'm a diehard hot rodder, and we love having our hot rods on the grass, man. That just kind of tops it off.
It's pretty cool.
Okay, viewers, but we got some more video coming up. We're going to be hearing from Chris Jacobs and what he thinks about this amazing line of products. But for you, kind sir, I have my two basic questions. And question number two, I think I might know the answer on. Question number one, to date, comma, what's your favorite automotive experience?
I mean, every day is an automotive experience here, right?
Well, yeah.
But
right.
I easily, you can see the poster behind me. It's my dad and I in dueling McLaren Can-Am cars, and
Nice.
you know, his love of racing definitely translated to me, and I've been kind of working with coaches for the past 6 to 7 years, and finally got the courage to drive one of those Can-Am cars. Just so happens we have two, right?
Yeah,
Very, very fortunate.
Yes,
I didn't pay the bill for that, but I'll take the seat. Right?
Absolutely.
And those cars were debuted at Road America in 1967, and they were dominant that entire year, and kind of set the stage for McLaren as a not only race car driver, but as a manufacturer and engineer. And last year we were planning to go to Road America, and went there and made a video saying, hey, we love these cars. We're just going to have fun. And we ended up winning the race. I got first and he got second, which was essentially replicating the result of the original race when those cars debuted in 1967. So that has to be number one, right? Hugging my dad on the podium.
Oh, yeah.
After him giving me the opportunity to drive that car. And,
cool.
we were up against some pretty big block shadows, but the guy that was in front of me is motor blue. So got to finish the race to win. So
there is that. Okay, my next question, and I think it may have something to do with the Lincoln Continental, because I usually talk to my guests. What's your favorite automobile? Could it be your 63?
That one's pretty special.
That's what I figured.
I think that part of the problem that I have, that again is, I think, just in my blood, is that I associate a ton of sentimentality to cars, right? The cars that I grew up in, or that are part of the family. And
yes, sir.
For one reason or another, I camped in it with my grandpa when I was younger. But that Lincoln was really special because it seemed like I was just struck by lightning, total fate. Somebody's looking over my shoulder and said, you got to buy this car. My mom had always she didn't like muscle cars. She liked Lincolns and, European cars.
Sure.
So I built a second-gen Camaro with my dad when I was in high school, and she was like, I don't like that car. You got to get a Lincoln. And so that was kind of always there in my mind.
Yeah.
And then when my wife and I bought the house that we live in now, we got a photo album, and the doctor that had owned the house, there's a picture of his two Lincoln Continentals in his carport. He had a white hardtop and a black convertible, and I bought my Lincoln a week later. There's nothing that could change my mind. I had to have a Lincoln at that point. So
very cool. Very cool. I love it. We got a few pictures coming up. So when we talk about these guys doing events, and you'll see them where this Grand National Roadster Show, the list goes on, they kind of know how to set up a display. So Rick, I think we got a few pictures of events. So now, viewers, check that. We have gas pumps here. So you guys kind of, well, just like you do at your headquarters, you kind of bring your A game everywhere you go, huh, boss?
Yes, and that A game took years off my life. That was a box truss system that took about 40 man hours to assemble. Thankfully, we moved on to a canopy, but on the side of our semi truck as we upgraded that setup. But we bring the experience everywhere we go. If we're not in Tacoma, we want you to feel like you are. So even the backdrop in that photo, the side of our semi trailer is an interior shot of our Tacoma store. So you're walking into our store wherever that truck is parked.
That picture right there, Rick, back it up just 1 second to that prior picture. What is really nice. So there's one of your talented crew letting everybody know that this is how to actually use some of your products and your equipment.
Yeah, education is critical, and I have a love for American cars, but the hot rodding scene generally is my father's generation.
Sure.
Thank God it's expanding, and I'm not one to fear that hot rods are always going to be in vogue. That my generation and my kids unfortunately don't really have a choice, but that there's a youth movement behind us. But really, when you hear about like an electric polisher, you think about rotaries and burning paint. And so to be able to demonstrate a safe tool in front of someone, that obviously is very powerful. Helps us sell for sure, but it's one of those things you get to kind of try it on before you buy it and get the experience and the education first.
Absolutely. And I love that last picture just saying you get a sense of just the amount of cars you can have at your facility. Well, viewers, stand by, because this is not a one-trick pony enterprise. Because I really like your motto. I got to go find it here. We make it, teach it, and guarantee it. Well, if you're going to make it, you got to have a big facility. And Rick, help us out. I think Chris Jacobs is going to get a chance to tour this amazing facility, I think right near Indy.
Hey, Chris Jacobs here at the Griot's Garage, manufacturing and distribution facility in Plainfield, Indiana. Every Griot's Garage product that you love originates right here. Manufactured and distributed by car people just like you. Let's go inside and learn some more about this family-owned business. There he is.
Hey, Chris.
What's up, Nick?
Welcome to Indiana.
Thanks, my man. I was wondering as I was traveling here, why Indiana?
We chose Plainfield primarily because it is a central location that allows us to reach our customers and give them their products as soon as possible. It also just so happens it's the home of the Indy 500, which is an incredibly important event to my family.
Love it, man. Can't wait to check out the facility.
Yeah, let's start where it all starts, in the lab.
Let's do it. Definitely impressive.
Yeah, we invested heavily in this R&D laboratory. We have a full team of chemists that allows us to create an idea and then make it real through actual chemistry. This team is responsible for not only developing the products, but mixing it and testing it in the perfection room, and then moving it on to quality control and production.
It's not a simple process, but it's a very streamlined process. I mean, from the lab to the tanks to the bottling facility, and now you've got here the finished product. It's amazing how efficient this whole process is.
We have tried for many years to control this process, and at this point we are completely vertically integrated. From, again, development, engineering a chemical, producing it, and then ultimately bottling it, and eventually shipping it. It's all done under one roof.
Wow. So to me, that's, again, being a family-owned business, the passion for it, and that really kind of helps elevate the bar, but because you make your own stuff.
Yeah, definitely sets us apart for sure. I'd hate to imagine trying to invest and do that today, but my dad's been doing this for 33 years. Perfect. And at the time, he took a risk to invest in that manufacturing capability. And it's obviously just been a huge feather in our cap. And we've got a ton of hardworking folks on the ground in Indy that are making the juice and getting it to people to make them happy. Like I said, that message, I mean, I can't not say that exact same thing today, right? We're making it in-house. And getting it to people as fast as we can, because if you got a sunny Saturday and you want to go out and wash your car, you better have the right stuff.
Got to have the right stuff. Okay, viewers, stand by. Now, I mentioned early on in this show, they're not the biggest company in the world, but I think, number one, they have a really big heart, and they have some of the more the innovative marketing you ever seen in your life. we've got a few posters that we'd like to share. So you're always going to see them. They got their own YouTube live channel out there, so you got to check out everything they're doing. And I think, so this is Sherlock Foams, correct?
Yeah.
I think we got a couple more here. And basic polishing, and dude, I got to say, I love the outfit.
I'm never gonna live this one down. I'm a yes man for anything that has to do with the company's cause, and if it meant Sharon Stone and me showing my legs off, okay, I'm down. So, but I insisted I had to be cross-eyed, so it wouldn't be like I was actually trying to look sexy or something, right? Just
I
look like a moron.
I love the cross-eyed look. And so, viewers, go check out these different posters because it's absolutely hilarious. And again, it's something, because one of the advantages when you're family owned and you're not the biggest dog on the planet as far as volume, but I think you have got really set yourself apart from the quality of products. You make your own and you have fun with us.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's car wax. We can't take ourselves too seriously. It should be something that people enjoy, even though a lot of people view it as a chore. And for us to be able to insert some personality, I mean, it's been happening since day one. You know, my dad was getting calls from PETA for saying that his vacuum cleaner could suck up a hamster. So it's always been in my dad's voice.
Cool.
And have fun in your garage has always been part of our mantra. And
you got to do it.
You know, you've seen where we work.
Yeah.
We're not in some ivory tower, take an elevator up, and I'm wearing jeans and a t-shirt because I'm going to wash a car later today as I test products.
Perfect.
So we don't have to answer to anybody about, this corporate campaign
there you go.
where Nick dresses up like Sharon Stone is at risk. We're going to throw it out there. Just have fun with it.
I love it. Talk about having fun. We've got a video clip. I'm going to set a little bit of stage for it. We have the pleasure. We cover SEMA every year, and we are so fortunate. There's a lot of people we've had a chance and get to know and call friends over the years. One of them is Chris, as in Chris Jacobs. So check out what happens during this interview with Chris at SEMA. As you're at SEMA, you know you're going to find cool people. When you have that list of cool people, fairly high on that is Chris Jacobs to my immediate left, Discovery. About any channel, we're going to find you doing stuff. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Mike. It's good to see you again, man. Another year here at SEMA.
Woo, it gets bigger. We've done the Playboy Mansion together with Riyadh, Saudi Arabia together. We've done SEMA's. I've been doing that since I had black hair.
2004 was my first year, so it's been a while. I think this is number 18 for me. I'm an ambassador for Griot's Garage. Very proud of that. It's a great, great company, amazing products.
Dude, didn't mean to cut you. I get their catalog, Mary goes, he's going to disappear for like an hour. I'm drinking my beer. I'm circling this. I'm trying to figure out what I haven't bought yet because they have great product line.
Well, I'll tell you, my personal favorite product of Griot's is the PFM drying towel. It stands for Pure Frickin' Magic, and it is aptly named. It's the most amazing. I'm not trying to sell anything here, but I'm going to sell it to you because you need to buy it, the PFM drying towel.
Okay, is that the black one with the red edge?
It's gray, and it's edgeless.
Okay.
And it is just, all you got to do is try it, and you will be amazed.
Because I've got that one, then I tried the black one. You lay it on the hood of the car, and you lift it up, and the water's gone, man.
You can't wring it out.
You can't wring it out. It's like voodoo. It's voodoo.
Exactly.
So I'm interviewing for the viewers. I'm interviewing Chris Jacobs, long-running buddy, very cool dude, at somebody else's booth, and he starts talking about you guys.
Well, if you caught him in that first video, he's part of our detail detective squad.
Yeah.
We've put him in a couple of those silly posters. So
Perfect.
I've been very fortunate to spend a lot of time with him and befriend him. And,
Perfect.
He's a true advocate for the brand. And obviously he's a crazy gearhead that, has been around and part of such a special show and overhauling for so many years. So very fortunate to be able to work with people like that. And he has fun with us too. That's really, he doesn't take himself too seriously.
Yeah.
I think one of them, we've dressed him up like Weekend at Bernie's, right? So he's Uncle Bernie in the middle, the dead guy that we're propping up. And
he'd go for it. And for the viewers, and And just don't send any cards or letter to me, please. Give me a call. But there's a lot of celebrities. Maybe it's the latest kitchen appliance, and the majority of them, they are paid to do it, and that's okay. Chris truly is blown away by your product line. We're interviewing for somebody else's booth because a couple guys in the booth are leaning over behind my crew, and they're going, "Why is he talking about Griot?" That's going on. It just kind of happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we make believers, and
you make believers. I'm one of those. Before we get out of here, we got a few picks because there's always people kind of behind the scenes that don't necessarily get as much love. There's a herd of them. So I imagine that's kind of like you and the family and the extended family from the company and a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, without a doubt. That's our Tacoma staff.
Perfect.
Around Christmas time, you can see Richard dressed up. We do a white elephant gift exchange that's pretty brutal in terms of people stealing other people's gifts. But now my dad it's a family company, and he's created that vibe. And
Beautiful.
We have multiple employees that have worked with him for, more than 25 years.
Wow.
And they've ridden the, economic cycles up and down and stuck with him and believed in him. And, I think believe in it exactly what we export as well. So
good.
We have a wonderful team.
There's Chris.
Couldn't do what I do without him. Yeah. Look, he's happy.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah, he's grinning, using the product. He's cruising around on his little bar stool, and he's ready to detail.
Yeah.
I'm digging that roller cabinet. That's kind of handy for you guys.
Yeah, if you ask my dad, I mean, he sold one of everything, right? I mean, he was at my house the other day, and we were watching the vintage Speed Racer with my boys, and he said, I used to sell a Speed Racer coffee mug, tie, and they were the best sellers. I'm like, okay, Dad, I'll go check the sales history because I can do that now. And he's not wrong. But within that, there's some flops. But yeah, we used to sell cabinets. We still sell some, European hand tools and, stuff to make your garage more organized and
Absolutely.
pleasant space to be.
Absolutely.
And that's his garage. That's the garage I grew up in.
Cool.
Brewing beer, restoring my Lincoln and my Camaro there, and
nice.
And now I'm taking my boys over there, and I'm hot rodding their Power Wheels. Just
perfect.
So amps up all the battery power for those.
So who's the puppy?
Oh gosh, we have a lot of local customers that bring their dogs in. Granted, it's not like a dog daycare here, but we have enough dog people that are excited to say like, hey, come walk your dog on the property if they're well behaved enough. Bring them in the store, and we'll make some marketing out of this dog too, right? Like, hey, I'm sure the store staff knows this dog's first name. I want to say it's Buddy, but you can't quote me on that one.
Well, dude, before we jump off, I think we've got some contact information for the viewers to learn all the great stuff going on with the Griot Garage. See if we can pull that up real quickly before we say goodbye. You want to walk us through that real quick, Nick?
Yeah, so our, we're very much a direct-to-consumer business, so you can find all of our products at griotsgarage.com. And then if you like the humor and the videos that Mike showed you today, obviously you can check us out on YouTube, and then Facebook and Instagram. If you're using those social media platforms, are great spaces where we can do short videos that are not only educational, but obviously there's some fun stuff there. And of course, cars. Right, we're going to show off cars as well, but really our digital space now is so educational. People learn so much from YouTube and social media. We know there's a dark side to it, but we try and use it for education and fun, right? Just representing who we are.
Well done. I think you guys have done a great job. Like you and I chatted before, at some point in time, I'd really like to talk to your dad about getting him on the show because I understand he's got a few cars hanging out in his garage, so to speak.
He's an absolute character. I love him to death. I wouldn't have come back and worked with him if I didn't believe in what he's built. And again, there's a lot of people in this building that believe the same thing.
There you go.
But from a car perspective, yeah, he's an absolute nutcase.
Love it.
I don't know if it's a horse trader, but it's a kind of sell one, buy two thing and makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a very diverse range of cars here, from the functional race cars that are actively getting used this weekend in Long Beach, to some really nasty graveyard jalopies that he has a vision for. That's, we like to say he's bought a car for $15,000 and he's $100,000 away from making it a $16,000 car.
I love it. I'm going to use that line. Well, dude, I can't thank you enough for being on the show. Enjoy washing the car later on today. And I imagine you might know a company that's got some great detail products to bring out its maximum beauty.
Hey, if I get to wash my car, it means I'm not corralling my kids. So hopefully I get to do that today.
All right, brother.
Thank you very much for having me on.
Thank you. God bless. Enjoy your weekend, brother. Well, yeah, all the viewers, you got to check everything that's going on Griot Garage. Those guys are amazing. I use their products. It is the real deal. Do us a favor, make sure to subscribe, like, and share. Hit us up on social media. Let us know what you'd like to hear about or questions you'd like to ask. And until we talk to you next time, enjoy the ride.